Hi guys, this is Shep, and we are doing a tutorial here today for ACX and Audacity. For a lot of people, if you've never done any audio voice recordings before, this can be sort of new and a bit daunting. I had never done it before. I'd never run any audiobooks before, didn't even know what I was doing, bought equipment way before I was ready to start doing any of this, and then got myself in a little bit of trouble because ACX demands certain level of video and audio quality. So the audio quality is an issue because you can use a variety of programs online. You can use programs that are loaded into your Macintosh or your IBM or your desktop or whatever you're using. And the problem can be that they have specific demandings for the quality, the bit rate, and the most problematic seem to be the RMS, which is a waveform quality and what their decibel thresholds are. So they have all these very specific demands. So digging through Audacity, there's some ways to do it. So I'm going to show you that here today. So simply, we'll do a quick one here. Here's the Audacity shell after you open it up. You have a couple different ways to set it up. I've got a condenser microphone array, so I'm using a Moana condenser array. My background feed is coming through just the speech mic on my computer, and this is the standard version of what you'll see. So you can pick a few different things simply just to make sure that your input is going to be okay. So here we go. We'll generate a simple transcript. This is to prove that ACX quality can be upgraded and changed for a recording. Okay, so now we see on the screen here, we've got this waveform. And the problem with ACX's criteria is you can see how narrow and small this area is. So with Audacity, what you do is you go to the end of the recording that you want. You're actually going to highlight it just like so, however far you need to do it. Then you're going to do two different things. You're going to go into Effect, scroll down to Normalize. You're going to hit the Normalize button, and it literally comes to an appropriate level. So this normalized peak amplitude, it defaults to this minus 1.0 dB. All right, now watch on the screen what happens. So when we click on this button for Normalize, the waveform changes. All right, so now all of a sudden it's jumped up. So this is an indication that the quality just got better. Okay, I'm still on the waveform, so I've still highlighted this. I can keep doing things if I need to. So I'm going to go now back to Effect, and I'm going to go to Compressor. And here in Compressor, what it usually does is it will default to about 14, 15, or even 16. If you look on the ACX criteria, when you load up an audio sample, it'll demand that you raise that, or that it has a very specific threshold somewhere around minus 20. So I've been defaulting to minus 20. You can see how it changes this waveform to a little bit more of a 45-degree angle, and hit OK. Boom. You see that the waveform has expanded even further. So this is almost like taking a microscope to your audio quality. If I take this and then save it, and saving on Audacity, you will export it to export as MP3. You can then pick, and this is important, you want to look here at the quality, because the bit rate quality here needs to be above 192. So I wouldn't even do standard because I think that would potentially be too low. Go at about extreme. Anything else on the file doesn't really matter. Name it whatever you like and save it. I tend to save it to my desktop. Once you do that, the file should be appropriately saved. The waveform will be adjusted specifically for their criteria. I've understood that people have tried to do this option multiple different ways, and they've tried to configure their settings during recording to sort of trap the way the waveform stays, or they try and modulate their voice to be within some perfect frequency. I'm too much of a beginner to know if that's even valuable. I would say, speak, do your recording, do what you need to do, get that particular component of the job done, and then manipulate the file after the fact and save the waveform as you need. And that will guaranteed, I've had no problems at this point meeting their audio specifications. So this seems like a great simple way to do it. I've looked at other audio recording options like Ardor. Super complicated. I'm not layering tracks of guitar riffs down. I'm trying to do something pretty basic here and just get my voice out there. So hopefully this helps strip away some confusion as a really simple way to make sure that you meet that criteria.